Hey, what's up, Cubs fans? Here with Cubs loyal fans here. Dave here. What an amazing game today. Cubs win 7-2 over the Cardinals after they got beat 18-5. Kind of a head scratcher yesterday. It can happen, but you would have thought the games would have been reversed. Chatwood actually did a lot better than Lester, believe it or not. But yesterday is in the past. Bad yesterday. Lester only made it 3 innings. Luckily, we did use our position players at each third innings, but it's like, God, this could be scary. You got a double header and relief. We did bring up got 3 new relievers: Chavez, Dylan Maples, and Luke Farrell. Granted, Luke Farrell, they're kind of leaning towards starting him on Monday. It's after we play 5 games in 4 days. No one will have 4 days rest. So they're leaning Luke Farrell if they don't need to use him the second doubleheader game or Sunday when Quintana's on the mound. So, but never know. Sometimes we get an extra inning game or something, and then I imagine then we'd have to call up someone from Iowa. But pretty positive today. I mean, it seemed like every time Soberus and Hayward were first and third, Bias had a couple RBI hits. Listelli made an error earlier in the game. It probably cost us a run, but he did get a big RBI, 2 RBI hit, which is pretty exciting. And Rizzo keeps kicking butt at leadoff position. He hit a triple to open up the game, and then he got brought in, and Cubs were up early. Nice to get the early lead. Rizzo, I think, got on base like 4 times, and then Sobers had 4 hits today. Hayward was getting on base. It was crazy good. Then the new trade acquisition, Jesse Chavez, comes in, and he gets ground outs. I think he got at least 1 strikeout. Pitched 2 innings, so he's got a history of being a long man, and he's also has some starting pitching experience. Results are kind of mixed. Career ERA is like 4.5. This year, 3.5. A little bit higher than I like, but being a guy that eats up more innings, it's not going to usually be like in that below 3 range. But yeah, maybe change the scenery. He could do really well for Chicago. I still think, at least before today, that we need to get another starting pitcher better than Chatwood. Chatwood did well. One of his best games all year. He could have almost had a quality start. His pitch count was low, considering he walked, 6 guys. One was an intentional walk to Carpenter, and he hit a batter. So his command wasn't great, but he did only give up 1 hit. And Madden, after he walked a guy in 5 1/3 in the 6th, Madden pulled him. Probably just not trusting what he's done in the past, and it was a close game at that point. We were only up 3-1 at that point, so understand Madden's move. It would have been nice that he went 6. Every bit helps. We only had 3 quality starts since June 20th, I read, so we're looking at a month and only 3 quality starts. I mean, that's just going 6 innings, 3 runs or less, and we're just not quite getting enough of them. But Montgomery tonight, he hasn't been as great as when he first came back in the starting rotation this year, where he was going 6 innings, giving up 1 run. Last game he gave up 4 runs the first inning, then settled down, but we ended up losing extra inning game. But hoping for a better outing by Montgomery. He's still trying to prove his worth, that he can stay in the starting rotation. Also hearing his name linked up to trades, but if you get a chance to get DeGrom, I can't. If it does take Montgomery, you would want to take the All-Star DeGrom. So, but I don't know. You hear so many rumors. Theo kind of keeps things close to his vest. That Jesse Chavez is on the team now, and there's rumors Britain for the Orioles. They may make a trade by later this weekend or early in the week, and so Cubs may get him. The mixed emotions I have is soon we may have a roster of guys without minor league options, but I guess you can always, there's injuries and stuff, and too. But playing all these days in a row, we're in a stretch where we're playing, 12 games in 11 days. The 30th's our day off. It could be pretty tough on the bullpen with all those days in a row. And it's kind of nice what we've been doing, where we bring up a couple guys from Iowa and then we send them down, and it keeps fresh arms. So, right now we have a fresh arm, Dylan Maples. It's one of those guys who's been doing great for Iowa, but struggled in some short work for Chicago. Hopefully he can get it going. He has some good stuff, throws 99, but it's all about location in the major leagues. Guys can hit 99 miles per hour easily anymore. And so we'll see how he does if he's needed. Hopefully the bats can just continue. You get big leads, and you have the luxury of bringing in almost whoever, So, but today, pretty excellent turn of events. After 18 runs given up yesterday, and today, you had a starting pitcher go deeper. Still like to get 6 innings or more from a starter, but to only give up 2 runs against the Cardinals overall, one by Chatwood, one by the bullpen, that I believe was an unearned run when LaStella made an error, and then the runner ended up scoring on a sacrifice. But so right now Cubs are 3.5 games ahead in the division. So it's, Brewers got beat yesterday. Machado started for the Dodgers and went 2 for 3 and also walked twice, a couple singles. I think that's going to really help the Dodgers out. Right now I'm a fan of Machado and the Dodgers because they could really give the Cubs a bigger division lead through their series they're playing tonight. Clayton Kershaw pitches against the Dodgers. So if Dodgers can win and Cubs can win game 2 of this doubleheader, Cubs could be 4.5 games up in the division. It's certainly not over yet. We still got 60 games or something, or 50-some games left. I was counting earlier and thinking, that might be 10 more starts by Chatwood, maybe 11, maybe push him back a few days here or there. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I still think Cubs are good. They're going to have off days here and there. They're going to have bad days. There's going to be some challenges when you play so many games in a row. A lot of it happened with rainouts. But we'll see what happens tonight. One thing, we scored 7 runs with no Bryant starting, no Russell starting, which, you kind of make up that with Baez, and then Sober's kick butt. And we had Caratini instead of Wilson Contreras. And I was a little bit concerned with Caratini today. There was 2 stolen bases early on. I think one of them may have been on Chatwood, with his command, but for a slow catcher, Molina stealing a base, and Caratini bobbling the ball, I didn't like that. But considering, I think maybe Wilson Contreras should catch for Chatwood to kind of help, eliminate some of those base runners that he get all those walks he gives up. But things ended up working out too, where only gave up that 1 run with Chatwood in the game, and that was a home run ball. So those things are going to happen. So anyway, Cub fans, hopefully have some great news tomorrow after tonight's game, and hopefully watching the Brewers get beat again and keep extending this division. That can allow a little bit more creativity, where maybe they will go to a 6-man rotation or figure out ways to rest guys. I know that Chavez, they're talking about him possibly making a spot start or 2 down the road. Hasn't started this year, has in the past. So the key word I heard is he's versatile, is what Madden likes about him. So even though at first trade signing I'm like, okay, 3.5 ERA, he's going to be a free agent after this year. Not paying him a whole lot too, but we did lose a decent pitching prospect, Tyler Thomas, who was under a 3 ERA for South Bend, but that's still a long ways away to know if he's going to be successful or not, but Cubs felt they did need another bullpen arm. I was a little bit skeptical because I like some of these guys from Iowa, but I am seeing some regression by some of these guys. You know, Bass, last 2 games, struggled, couldn't get an out yesterday, and then turns out he got injured or hurt his back, so he's back on the DL. And we'll see Rosario. So, yeah, so tonight we'll see more of the regular starters, and then got Montgomery, hopefully a better outing by him than last time or two. And yeah, the relief, you know, overall, too, they saved a lot of their best starters or relievers for today. I think we still have Strope that could be available. So we'll see. But getting 6 innings or more out of Montgomery would be nice. And then the bats show up to make things easier. Then you have Quintana on the mound tomorrow, which feeling pretty good because they gave Quintana the most amount of rest. I guess his shoulder was a little bit fatigued, but not enough to DL him. But he's getting the most rest. Looking after the break, Hendricks and then Lester, they pitched on just 4 days rest. It looks like they could have used more rest in retrospect. But so we'll see what happens. And go Cubs go. Put your white flags up. And hopefully we'll have some more great news tomorrow after the Cubs' second game tonight, and seeing if the Brewers can get beat again by the Dodgers. Go Cubs go.